general title for what we're talking about this evening is the role of the critic in the digital age. We're in a different age now, and I think that criticism has evolved a bit and serves a slightly different function from a time when you had a handful of people largely in print, in a magazine, review magazine or a newspaper who had probably a disproportionate power in terms of the area or the genre that they reviewed. Today there are so many critics. There are so many people who certainly call themselves critics. I mean, there are many bloggers who would refer to themselves as critics. I think in this age, it's possible to keep on doing it because it's easier to have a dialogue, a direct dialogue with the audience. And the critic, in a sense, one of the things he does is he speaks for the audience, and it's an important part of the role. It's not about, as I think in the Truffaut instance you're talking about, the connection between the critic and the medium or the art he writes about. There is also a special function for the critic in speaking on the audience's behalf, and I think that's what a theatre critic often does, or it's sometimes what I do in my columns. And part of what I've done as a critic is make what I do into a column, into a dialogue with the readers. And thanks to technology, it's much easier to be in direct touch with readers. You don't have to wait for a letter to arrive in the mail in response to a review that was written last week. The interaction is almost instantaneous. And what a critic is able to do, I think, is based on that connection to the readership, is engage in what is one of the best functions of the digital age, which is collaborative filtering. That is, you are able to engage with the audience in filtering out things that are not of interest to the audience and filtering in and finding those things which are. It's about the dialogue between the critic and the audience for which he speaks, and the connection between them in finding things that are worthwhile paying attention to.